Hello everyone and welcome to Crafters TV. So it's 4 o'clock here in the UK. It's Monday, so that means it's time to start off your week with our Monday Makers show today. So it's lovely to see everyone. I've got all my technology set up at the ready and I've just been having a little check. I know we've got 1 or 2 people watching already, so welcome. So I have a little confession to make today. We'll just get that out there before we get started, that I am actually flying solo today. So I need all your love today, so talk to me because I'm here on my own. It is so busy here at CCHQ that we've got people doing all sorts of different things in lots of different places, so I'm flying the flag on my own today. I'm saying I'm on my own, but you can see behind me here we've got my little elf friends in the background there, and they're actually wearing the same hat as me today. So the guys on the team have decided to give me an elf name as well. So we've got our tinsel in the tree. We've got, I think, Twinkle's hiding in the jug over there, and I've got little Wink here just looking after the calendar, and they've decided to christen me Inky because I was wearing the same hat. So as if those aren't enough to remember all on their own, we've now got Tinsel, Twinkle, Wink and Inky today. So we want to hear from you today. Message in, let us know whereabouts you're from, let us know what you're up to today, what's it like where you are, how you're getting on for Christmas. I know it's approaching fast. I actually managed to get my Christmas tree up yesterday with the help of my youngest daughter. That's as far as I've got. So are you one of those people that has all done? I know some people have got all the presents done, they're wrapped up, they're all ready. Or you are on my last minute train with me where I'm usually going out on the last minute trying to get everything done. So yeah, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to then with your Christmas journey. And I know my little Laura in my ear, she says, can we listen to some, we want some really bad Christmas cracker jokes from you today. So give us your worst, all right? Tell us what you know. If you've got those, that you know, you pull the crackers at Christmas and sometimes you can hear people groaning because they're so bad. So tell us your worst cracker jokes today. That's what we want to hear from you. We'll see if we can read a few out later on. So we'll let you know what's coming up this afternoon. The format's just tweaked a little today with me being on my own, but we've got lots of goodies for you. So I'll run through what we're bringing for you. So the first set I've got on for you today are our Gemini photo frame and stamp and dies, and we'll have a closer look at these when I move through to the craft room in a little while, but beautiful products to use. One of my favourites, I've got a fabulous demo for you with the Aquatint liquid inks today in the little 30ml pots. So I've got all different colour schemes on the show for you to choose from today. We've got the layering stamp and die sets on as well. So again, I've got some demos lined up with those for you. So stamp in there and then a die that cuts out that stamped image for you. And then later on in the show, we'll announce our 24-hour deal. I've got a code for you later on that will give you access to our 24-hour deals. It's a really good one for stocking up on today. And then also one of my favourites, I know I keep saying we shouldn't have favourites, but I launched this on TV 2 or 3 weeks ago. We've got our Nature's Garden Fairy Garden, and I have the whole collection with me today at a discounted price for you. And to go along with that, there are some nice elements in that collection that you can colour with. So we've also popped on the show for you today our new range of alcohol markers, which are our classic pens by Spectrum Noir. So all that coming up during the afternoon. We'll go through it a little bit at a time. I've got some demos to throw in there. I've got some samples for you as usual. But you know, get talking to us. Let us know what's going on in your world and let's see what we can find out. So if you're available on Friday, if you were available last Friday, there was a competition running on our social media pages, and I believe we'd got a competition for our purple teddy ornament. Okay, so we have actually got the winner of that competition. We asked you out there, what was your favourite festive memory? And we've had so many people sort of contact and leave us, drop us a line, and we've chosen our winner. And that winner sort of, it was lovely actually reading that festive memory. She was talking about a white Christmas, which over here in the UK we don't actually see that much of anymore. I mean, when I was young, I can remember it snowing every year without fail, but it seems to be a bit far and few between. But this lady's memory was of a white Christmas where they'd been out in the snow, they'd been out skating, the lake was frozen, things like that. So if that sounds familiar to you, you could be our winner. So without further ado then, for the winner of that competition from Friday from social media, we're looking at Jane Willis. So if you're watching today, Jane, big congratulations. If you're not watching, we will be in touch with you. So that was that lovely memory. As I say, it sort of took me back to my childhood when we used to go out playing and building snowmen and things like that. So fantastic. So, seeing as my little elves are knocking about again, they've actually left me a little goodie bag down here. So again, I've got a giveaway for the end of the show. So we've got our Crafter's Companion bag. So shall we have a look what's inside and see what they're giving away? So, right, we have got one of our lovely textured 8x8 paper pads in there. Okay, and I'm just having a look. There's not much in here at the minute actually, but it's nice. We've got a lovely embossing folder that'll go through our Gemini Go. And I've got a little sentiment here as well, okay, which will also go through those smaller machines. But come on guys, that's not much for a giveaway. I think we can do better than that. So I'm going to leave the bag down here in the hopes that they maybe find us a bit more stuff and some more goodies as time goes on. So I'm going to pop this in here. So again, sort of message in for us. We'll choose a winner at the end of the show today and we'll announce that live before I leave you later on this afternoon. So come on guys, get going. I want a few more products in here then. So something else to tell you that's really exciting as well. We've got our Sara coming up next week, and any of you out there that were lucky enough to attend our Craftaganza a couple of weeks ago will know that Sara did a fantastic class with the flower forming foam. And she made the little floating teacup, and I know lots of people got involved with that, and it's been so well received, and there were a lot of people that couldn't get to Craftaganza. So what Sara's decided to do is actually do a live stream here through social media so that you can actually craft along with her at the same time. So, a couple of things we need to know about. First of all, if you want to be involved in that, we need to know when it is. So we're looking at Tuesday the 17th of December. It will be 2 p.m. here in the UK, and it will be 9 a.m. over Eastern Standard Time in the States. And what Sara's going to do, she's actually going to do like a little mini class. So if you want to craft along with her, if you've already got the bits and pieces, grab everything together, make sure you've got your heat gun, things like that, your glue gun, sorry, not your heat gun, your glue gun, all your flower foam, your tools, things like that. If you haven't got them, then we've actually put a special bundle together on our website that you can actually make sure that you've got all the elements that you need so that you can literally craft along with our Sara. Now, how fabulous would it be to actually have her in your living room and crafting along with her? I know I might even join in on that if I'm free. Okay, so just to tell you a little bit more about it, here's our Sara herself.
So we had such an amazing time at Craftaganza this year. I taught hundreds and hundreds of ladies and a few gents how to do some phenomenal flower forming and have a go at doing these amazing little teacups. Now, we were chatting in the class and everybody had such a great time and learnt so much stuff. I thought, you know what? Why not bring Craftaganza out to everybody else who couldn't make it? Now, when I did Craftaganza, it was a 2-hour class. I think I can teach you a lot of these techniques even through the medium of video. So what I want you to do, if you want to take part in my Craftaganza class, we can all do it together on December the 17th at 2 o'clock UK time, so 9 o'clock Eastern time, so everybody can join in. We're going to have a go and make this together. So what you're going to need our flower forming kit. Now hopefully a lot of you will already have it. If you don't, we've put an amazing starter kit bundle together so that you can get the starter kit, you can get all the foam you need, the dies, the tools, the stamens, and I'm going to walk you through everything. On top of that, I want you all to go and find a fantastic cup and saucer and a spoon. and you'll need your glue gun to hand, and everything will be revealed. How fabulous will it be to get everyone crafting along together, making this wonderful project together? It'll be like our version of Craftaganza, but right there in your home. So I'm going to look forward to seeing you all on December the 17th, 2 o'clock UK time, so that's 9 AM Eastern time, and we'll be able to craft along and make this together.
Fabulous. How exciting is that? Honestly, I'm hoping I'm free that day. I've not checked my diary. I only learned about it when I got here today. So I'm going to have to check my diary and see if I'm free, because even we like to get involved, and that flower forming foam is absolutely beautiful. So if that's your thing, have a look on the website if you haven't got the stuff. We've got that lovely set together that we've put together for you that you'll be able to purchase and then craft along. If you have got all the bits and pieces, gather them together and get ready. So the first thing that we're going to have a look at this afternoon then on our little journey together this afternoon is our Gemini photo frame dies. So these have been out a little while now. These are a great idea for coming up to Christmas and festivities and things like that, because I know when we were younger, we used to my parents used to sort of send photos of us when we were little out to families, and then since then I've done it with my children, things like that. These are a perfect idea for just sending out, you know, sort of a nice sort of up-to-date photo maybe of your children, your grandchildren at Christmas time, but also, you know, just as a photo card. It could be incorporated in scrapbooking, things like that. So let's have a look and see what we've got on offer then. There are 4 different sets altogether, and I will show you these in a little bit more detail now. So the first one here, let me just check here. We've actually got birthday party for the first one. So the idea with this is that you get the frame here at the bottom, all right, and then you get the stamp set to stamp elements with them. And if that's not clear, I've got some samples that I can show you in a second or two. And then you also get down at the bottom, you've got lots of accent dies in there that you can use to either cut out or decorate the cards. So that one's the birthday party. Then we've also got Christmas blessings. Okay, so this one's actually got the 3 wise men on here, so nice and festive again. Again, same format. You've got that lovely frame which cuts out an aperture for you to pop a photo behind, which will become more clear in a second. And then you get all the stamps with it, the greetings, and then the little accents to build up a design. So the third one in our set is Oh Christmas Tree. So again, similar format. You can see that frame there, which is where they get the name from, the photo frame dies. And you can make these into a card, you could make them into a scrapbook element, anything like that. Could be a gift card, things like that. So again, you've always got that set of acrylic stamps here at the top, and then you get the matching dies to create that scene at the bottom. So I will show you some samples in a second. And then the fourth one in that kit is beautiful. We've got Primrose Corner. So a lovely floral aspect on this one. So again, same format. You can see there with those acrylic stamps in there, and then all the little die accents for you to cut out the shapes and the frames. So let's have a look at some samples then with these, so you can see what I'm actually talking about. So let's pop those on there. So let me just grab my little trolley here. I did move it out of the way because I didn't want to fall over it when I came in. So if you're interested in any of these today, we've got them on offer at £30 for the set of, let's have a look. Is it sets of 2, I think we've got, haven't we? Birthday Party and Primrose Corner, or the 2 Christmas ones are in a set together. So £30 here in the UK, $44 if you're in the United States. And that's a saving of 25% off our normal retail price. So again, if you're watching with us, don't forget you can shop while you watch, while you're watching Crafters TV. So pop on the website. If you're in the UK, you're looking at that .co.uk address. If you're in the States, you're looking at .com, and if you're anywhere else in Europe, you're looking at EU. Pop in through our Monday Makers doorway, have a look at the products on there. I know some of you have been on already and you're shopping ahead of us, but you can still watch what I'm doing while you shop, so you don't have to miss anything that's going off here in the craft room. So just to show you 1 or 2 samples then, just to give you an idea. So that's that lovely one with the trees on. So you can see now how we get in that gorgeous design. You've got the aperture in the middle middle where you can pop the photograph behind, but then those beautiful stamped elements that you can colour with your chosen colouring medium. We've got some nice ones on the show today, and add them basically any colour scheme that you fancy. So that's the Christmas tree one. We've got those lovely 3 wise men there, and again this one's got the photo behind it, but it's also got those little shaker bits in. All right, so you can pop the shaker pieces behind them, and again you can see how this has been coloured beautifully just to accent that photo. And then you've got the birthday party one there with the balloons on, and again that one's got a few little shaker pieces behind the window there. But can you see how you can build up those designs with those stamps and the die cut accents? Really, really nice, neat idea, I think, these, and perfect, as I say, for this time of year where I know a lot of people do like to send out. When you've got those extra school photos and things like that, they're nice to just send out to grandparents and members of the family and things like that. And then the last one in that set was that lovely primrose corner, which is really pretty, and again taking that on into the rest of the year there. I mean, I'm thinking sort of Mother's Day, that would be really nice. It'd be lovely for summertime. Again, change the colour of the flowers. It could easily be Christmas rose, something like that. So even though it's a primrose, just artistic license at the end of the day, isn't it? So they've all got those apertures in. So I'll come back to these if we have time later, but we've got so much on the show that I want to get cracking with them. Whoops! Now then, I've just popped them in there and they've all fell through, so I'm just going to leave them there for a second. Right, so next thing on our show today then, we've also got one of our colouring mediums. I absolutely love these. This is part of our Spectrum Noir range, and we've got the Aquatint liquid inks on the show today, and these are a set of 3. All right, there are 9 different sets on there today, and we're looking at £10 in the UK, $14 if you're in the US, and again that's a 20% saving off our normal retail price. So we're popping you all these savings on, ready to fill those baskets, ready for Christmas. So I've got a nice demo for you today. It's a very messy one, so I have actually brought my gloves with me today, because so even though they've given me the name of Inky Title, when I was doing this the other day, it was more than inky. It got really drastic. So I don't know whether you've seen this one or not. While we've been doing Facebook, I know I've seen it a couple of times. It's not my own idea. I've seen it on several different things, but I'm going to use just a simple cheapy tin of shaving foam, and the cheaper the better. You don't have to go out there buying all the brand name products, just literally whatever you can find in those lovely cheapy shops that you can find. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some in the bottom. This is just a top off an A5 box. You can do it in an A4 one as well, but I've just got this one to hand. So you need something to contain the actual shaving foam, and all I'm going to do is literally just pop some into the bottom of the box, and it all foams up, so you don't need loads of it. Just going to cover the bottom surface of the box there and just let that do its stuff. It all sort of foams up at the ready. And then what I'm going to do before I go any further, I'm going to take my own advice, and I'm just going to pop my gloves on because as I say, it did get quite messy the other day. I've managed to get my hands clean for today, but just to protect. Now these are a water-based ink, the Aquatints, and they are the same ink as what you'll find in our Aquatint pens. So if any of you have got the pen range, it's exactly the same inks. And if any of you were watching last week, when Debbie and I were on last week, we had the sparkle inks on. Again, similar kind of product, it's the same ink, but today I have just got the inks without the glitter in. So I've chosen one of the sets. I've got the vintage set here, and they all come in sets of 3, and each pot's got 30 mils of ink in, which is a lot to go at. So you can use these with a paintbrush and you can colour with them. You can do your backgrounds with them. You've seen us doing the wash with the background. They come to you, the packaging is actually like a little paint palette. Can we see that? I pop it on my hand there. So you can use that if you're wanting to put the ink in to use as paint. So I'm just going to pop that to one side, and then I'm going to take my 3 colours out. I'm going to work with 3 colours here today. And also in here you get these gorgeous little cute pipettes. So again, if I just pop them there, See those? And these are actually for withdrawing the ink out of the container, so I'm going to need those as well. And then I'm also going to need some cardstock, and we've also got our stamping card on the show today. Smooth stamping card I use for all sorts of different projects, whether it's inks, whether it's using this sort of thing, the sparkle pens, you name it. So if you're interested in that, $9.99 for the pack or $14.99. So let's just set up our stall then. I've got my little pipettes at the ready. I've got my inks at the ready. So what I'm going to do, I'll just give them a little swirl, take my tops off, and in this set we've got the most gorgeous shade of purple, which is called Fig. I have got a green one in there, which, if my memory serves me rightly, is Sage. That's right, yep. And then I've also got a nice sort of vintage pink as well, which is called Peony in this particular set. So these are the vintage sets, but there are lots on the website to choose from. If you're more of a pastel person, there are some pastel ones. There are some metallics on there, which has got a gorgeous gold, silver and black one in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use my pipette and literally pop it in the ink, squeeze it, and just, you don't need much at all. I've literally got about just over 1 centimetre, and then I'm going to drop this straight into my shaving foam. Just need a wee bit more there. So just a few little drops like so. And then all I tend to do is just grab a little bit of water just to rinse those out. And then the next colour, we'll do exactly the same with the green. Okay, and again, in the gaps, just a few little drops. It doesn't use much of the ink. Bearing in mind, as I say, you've got 30 mils in there to play with. So it's exactly the same ink that you have in the pens. We've just put it in a pot for you, which is great for doing this kind of technique. Okay, so let's just pop a little bit of that purple in. It's best, in my experience, not to go with too many colours for this particular technique, otherwise you can end up with a little bit of a muddy effect towards the end. Right, so next job, I'm literally going to put my lids back on so that we don't have a catastrophe here and end up covered in ink. So let's just pop those back on, keep them nice and safe. And then what I'm going to do, you need some kind of implement. So just an implement to move this around, and my implement's just going to be my pokey tool. Because it's metal, it'll wipe clean. And all I'm going to do now, if you're watching here, is just drag this ink around. So we're literally making sort of like a marbled, swirled effect in here. And you're thinking, well, she's lost the plot today. It's Christmas, okay, so maybe she's just losing it. But just you wait and see now. So this is our medium, okay? I have got some kitchen paper there. Let's just grab a bit of that and get rid of the excess on there. And then this is where the magic happens now. So my stamping card at the ready. Doesn't matter which side you use on here, it's pretty much the same. And all I'm going to do is pop my card straight in here. So literally press it in until it makes contact with the foam, okay? And when you take it out, you think, oh my gosh, she really has lost the plot, because it looks a right old mess when it comes out of here. But you watch. I'm just going to use my tweezers in an attempt to stay clean. And when you take it out, you think, good grief, Jan, what's she done here? Doesn't look much. And then my next implement is just a plastic ruler. So you need something that's got a little bit of length there. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the foam. Are you ready? This is where the magic happens. And look what happens underneath there. So again, just take that excess foam off. You just want something flat. It can be an old credit card or something like that. Just get rid of the surplus. And you can see now why I decided to put my gloves on. All right, because it does get a little bit messy, but it's all good fun. And this is where I get my inky title from, because I love getting messy. So you can see there how you've got that beautiful marbled effect there. Let's see if we can get in close on it. Now that's just the first impression. You can keep going with this. All right, so do you want me to do another one? Let's do another one, okay. So as you go on, obviously, it started moving around more. So again, just if you get clumps of it, just spread it out again. Don't do it too much because, like I said, you'll end up with mud eventually. If you've not got enough colour on there that you liked at the beginning, you can add a little bit more colour into it. But literally, again, exactly the same technique. I'm going to go in again And you can get several of these out of here. And you've heard me say before that sometimes I'll just have an afternoon where I do backgrounds. And this is one of the techniques that I tend to have a play with. And then you can stamp on top of these. You can use them as backgrounds with your stamps and things like that. So again, we've got it there, and then you just need to remember to remove that shaving foam off the top. So just find a corner. I'm going to go for this one here. Something nice and straight, and literally the foam is the carrier for it, okay? And again, it's one of those things that you'll never get the same effect twice for it. So you can see that's the first one that I did. And you can see how the ink's moving into different places. And I don't know any other way of getting that marbling technique onto card. I haven't come across another way of doing that. And this, you can just go on and on until you literally just get muddy and murky with the colours. So again, let's just pop that one on there. And I'll show you the ones that I was playing with at home, because I used a different set of inks at home. And then when you've finished with it, when it does get to a state where it's got a bit murky and a bit muddy, it just literally, it's only shaving foam, so it just literally I just popped it under the hot tap and literally washed it away down the sink, all right? And then you can blame whoever's had a shave for having a very colourful shave in the sink then. Right, so let's just pop that one to one side and get rid of my shaving foam. I'll sort that out later. We'll put that down there out of the way. And then the ones that I was playing with yesterday at home, these are actually the Glitz and Glamour collection. So I started off with two colours here. So you've got that lovely vibrant pink and turquoise in there. And then the third one in that particular collection is a purple. So again, when we added the purple in there, you're getting that same marbled effect. And then as it goes on and you keep going, can you see how it's sort of getting more and more dense as it goes on there? So that was the 4 that I did yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. So that's all done with those liquid inks, and that's just one of the many uses for them. There are lots more things you can do with them. As I say, you can go direct to paper with them. You can do all those lovely inky backgrounds with them that we do. So if you're interested in any of those today, there are 9 different sets to choose from, and you can choose any of them for £10 if you're in the UK, or $14 if you're in the US, and that's a saving of over 20% today. So you get 3 pots in each collection, a range of different colours. It's, you know, it's all personal preference as far as colours. So again, pop on the website, pop in through that Monday Makers window, have a look what's on there for you this afternoon. Right, so let's just pop all this to one side then. And I didn't get that bad. I put my gloves on just in case, and I didn't actually get that bad. So let's just pop all those over to one side. Right. If you're a Club Inspire member with us as well, don't forget your discounts. You know, we give you discounts while we've got our shows on here, but then you get your Club Inspire discount on top of that as well. So don't forget, if you're not a member, pop on the website, just type Club Inspire in and you will find all the details that you need there. But just to give you a little bit more information about it, we've got our Sarah to explain it even better for you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Brilliant. So that is it's one of the best loyalty clubs in the world, that. So basically, I love the concept behind the fact the more that you spend with us, the more you save. And I always think it's not a saving, it's just a bit more to spend on something else. That's how I've always looked at it. My husband laughs every time I say it. So I've just been having a little look on social media while you were all watching that, and you've all loved that technique. And there were a few questions on about the shaving foam technique, so I'll just try and go through them quickly. Yes, it will work with sparkle inks. It looks fantastic. So exactly the same idea. The sparkle inks come in the jars just the same. Someone else asked if you could do it dripping it straight from the pens. Yes, you can do that. It's exactly the same ink, but the reason we brought out the pots was so that you didn't waste the ink in your pens. The pens were designed for colouring and drawing with, so the idea of having that lovely ink in a pot, it means that you can use it separately and not waste it out of your beautiful brush pens that are there for colouring. But yes, if you've got the pens, you can just squeeze it in. It's exactly the same ink. So anything like that. And again, I remember cheap as chips shaving foam. You don't have to buy the good stuff, okay? So I'm glad you enjoyed it. As I say, it was something that I've not seen done on here, so I thought I'd bring it in and let you have a look today. So fabulous. Right, so let me just leave that one down there. And the next item we've got on for you today, they're just hiding behind my details here at the moment. We've got them out, but these are our Gemini layering stamps and die sets. Now, these are a brilliant idea. You've got the stamps to stamp with, but you also get the metal to actually cut out that stamp set as well. And we're not asking you to choose this afternoon. You get all of these, all right? So I've got 6 sets of them all together. That's a lot of elements to play with, and we're looking at £70 for that collection today, or $94. And again, that's over a 20% saving for you if you're shopping with us today. And then, like we said earlier, you've got that Club Inspire discount on top of there, so you can see how it all adds up and works together. So what I'm going to do then, I'm not going to dismantle my display, otherwise I'll end up with all sorts of problems, but I have got them on boards to show you, so we can go through them and show you the idea, and then I've got a demo with them for you. So the first one in our set then is called Afternoon Tea, and who doesn't like a nice little sweet treat there? So you've got the means, and you can see at the top here that we've got these layers of stamps. So these are just stamped out individually, and you can see it comes down to the next one and the next one. But then at the bottom, just here, you can see what it looks like when it's all layered up together. They are absolutely brilliant. It makes you look like an artist when really all we've done is stamped out a few images with your inks. And again, you can use your quick dry inks, you can use your water reactive inks, any that you've got out there that you happen to own will work with this particular technique. And as I say, I'll show you how to do it in a second. So this is the finished result for that particular one for Afternoon Tea. The next one, we've got a nice floral one coming up. This one's called In Bloom. Okay, and I think this is the one I've used in my demo, if I remember rightly. Or it might be the posy one. I know it's one of the flowers. But again, you can see how you've got these separate layers going on. I'm always at the wrong side. Here we go. Separate layers going on that individually you think, well, they don't actually look much like. But then when you get them built up as the actual flower, they look realistic. If you can see the one here in the middle, where it's had all its layers put on, and then you've got that die to cut them out. And then you've also got elements of foliage in this one as well. And you also get the stamps that have got the sentiments on them. So we'll flick through them quickly. Love this one. So this one's Marvellous Macaroons or Macarons, depending which part of the world you're from. I know we all have a different way of saying it, but again, look at those gorgeous colours. So you can see across the top these separate layers again, and you also get the cake tray with this one as well. well. And then down at the bottom here is where you've got that overall effect when it's all been layered up together. And just look how many sentiments you're getting in there as well, all relevant to that particular set. Okay, so yes, it was this one that I used. So this one is Perfect Posy. Again, beautiful floral one. 3 different shapes of flower in there. And again, all that foliage to work with it. And again, you've got all these lovely sentiments that come with it as well. So they're a really good collection to have in your stash. Again, if you're a sweet treat person, we've got that lovely ice cream cone in there. Beautiful. And can you see how it's making it sort of, let me get at the right side here, this one. So you've got the plain one, but the minute you stamp this next layer over the top, you're getting down at the bottom here that lovely 3D cone effect going on. And then the top section of this can be the top of your ice cream, but we've also put in here the cupcake wrapper as well, so that when you look at the bottom, it can equally be a cupcake as well. So really, really good one again. And then the last one is called Vase Bouquet. So really pretty. And again, when you get this vase stamped out, look how 3D, just down at the bottom here, where are we? There we go. Just look how 3D it looks. It's actually flat, this, but it looks as if it's got that curvature on it with all that detail in it, and that's just by layering up those stamps. And then you've got a beautiful collection of flowers and foliage again to go in there. So that's that set, all right, and you get all of those. We're not making you choose, you get all of those today for £70 here in the UK, or $94 if you're in the US. So let's just have a look at a few samples before we do a demo with them. So just excuse me while I grab those from here. So again, you can see that gorgeous birthday cake. And again, beautiful little card, this one. It's got a little easel there. You know, and you don't need much more than that when you've got the means of doing such beautiful artwork on there. And that's all been done from that first set, the afternoon tea set. That beautiful, that, who wouldn't like a slice of that for afternoon tea? Wow. And then we've got the vase bouquet going on there. So again, you can see how we've built it up with the vase here, but using different elements from it to create sentiments and all the other pieces that go with it. Then we've got those lovely flowers on there. So we've got the In Bloom set there. So just doing them in yellow, they look totally different to my board that was done in pink. Beautiful design. Use them with your background papers, make your own backgrounds with your inks, things like that. Use your embossing folders. Who wouldn't like one of those? My goodness. And again, a little bit of sparkle, a bit of glitter on the top of there just to make those cupcakes a bit glitzy, and they would be ready to go, wouldn't they? Fantastic. So just stamp multiple times. Again, nice and easy. Little easel card again, using those beautiful flowers. And again, you get all these designs. So we're not asking you to choose your favourite one, which is, from my point of view, I never get very far with that. It's a case of need them all, okay? All right, so let's have a look then how we use these. So let me pop those, try not to throw them on the floor this time, Jan. There we go, popped them in there. So what I've got then, I've got our Perfect Posy, and this is how they come to you. So if I just pop that one there, they come in the cardboard packets, and you've got all the details at the bottom here of how the layers build up to make your final image, and then you've got the die to cut them out. And then on the back of it, there are a suggestion of colours as well. A lot of people when I'm teaching, a lot of people say to me that they struggle with which colours to put together. So again, it's just a guideline. Wrong side, Jan. It's because it's back to front. It's like working in a mirror. So here we go. Look, you've got a few ideas there, but who's to say that you can't use whatever colour you fancy? So let's pop out then. We get a full set of stamps there, okay, and then we also get the metalwork to cut those stamps out. So I'm just going to pop the metalwork to one side for a second. I have got my little Gemini Junior on the show today, so I'm going to be using that to do the die cutting. Again, that stamping card comes in perfectly for this, and I'm just going to get my stamping gear out to show you how it works. So we've got our stamping mat. I'm going to use my 6-inch square stamping platform. Now we've also got the rocker blocks on the show today, which are great for stamping, but with the layering stamps, I do like to use this one so that I can hover and decide where I'm going with it. So, little scrap of card here just to pop some of the flowers on. So what I'm going to do first of all is stick that piece of card down so that it doesn't move. So I'm using the grid lines on my stamping mat, and then I'm just going to pop that down so that I know it's staying in the same place, because the trick with this is to have your card in one place and then decide which part of this you're going to use and keep putting it in the same place each time. So I'm going to stamp out that large flower for you, and on here you've actually got the artwork numbered. So we've got number 1, which is the dark silhouette in the background, or the light silhouette should I say, in the background. Then you've got the second layer, which is number 2, and then the centre of the flower, which is 3. So you follow the numbers on here, and it's almost sort of foolproof. Now the trick with these, you think, oh, they've not cut them out very well. I don't know whether we can, let me just see if I've got something to pop this against. Let me just grab this black mat from here, because you might be able to pick this up a wee bit better on here. Can you see on the corner of the stamp, it's got like a little square corner? You think, oh, it's not been cut out properly. Don't be tempted to cut that off. That bit is crucial in the positioning. So what I'm going to do then is flip this over, and you've got the crosshair in the centre. So that little right angle corner on my stamp, I'm going to pop into, and it doesn't matter which section you work in, but I'm literally going to line it up with one of the sections in that crosshair. So I'm working in this bottom right hand quadrant of that crosshair on there. And then I'm actually going to work with some of our purple. It had to be purple, didn't it? So I've got our purple inks out. I've got the light, the medium and the dark one there. I think I just need the first 2. So for the background one, I'm going to work with the lightest colour. So again, give it a good ink up, and the paler colour goes on first in the background, and then the second layer starts to create shadow. So once we pop this on, now then the next tip with this is to decide, that's not inked up very well, Jan, decide whereabouts you're going to use your positioner. So I'm just going to pop that there and have a look. So I'm going to use the bottom section of my grid here where my numbers are, and the outside edge of the crosshair. And once I've got that lined up here, pop it down, and we've got that lovely lilac background layer. So that's layer number 1. So I'll just give that a little wipe, pop it back on my carrier sheet for safekeeping, and then literally go to the second layer. So take number 2 off, and again I'm going to make sure that it goes in the same place as I had the first one. So lining that corner up with that crosshair in that bottom section there, and then I'm going to go to my middle shade of purple this time. So again, ink it up, and these are the water reactive inks. I've picked these today because we've got them on the show, but if you've got the quick dry inks, they work just as nicely. And again, if you remember, I said I had my section with the measurements on and my crosshair over to the right hand side. I don't need to do any more than that. I don't need to worry what's going on underneath. I'm confident now to just pop down straight over the top, and this is going to apply that shading to the top of it. Okay, so it starts to build up that 3D effect. And then layer number 3 for this one was the center of our flower. So again, you've got an element on here that creates that corner. So exactly the same process again. I'm going to use that corner into that crosshair, and I'm going to swap to some black ink for the center this time. So again, ink it up with the black and pop that in the same place again. So because you've got the legs on there, you're not committing to anything until you press it down, so you can move it around. I'm going for those numbers on the bottom there and the crosshair on the right hand edge, and then once I press down again, I'm confident now that that is in the right place. Now anybody can do that. They've made it so simple for you to access that you've got that beautiful flower going on there to use in your artwork. And then the second part of this, we said it was a stamp and die set. So let me just pop that one back on there. Now I have actually prepped some of this ready, but if I just show you the rest of that set there, you've got all this lovely foliage and bits and pieces in here that work just the same. So if I bring my piece in that I've done here, you can see that with the green ink pad, I've just picked out some of those bits of foliage at the ready. Okay, matted and layered that, but we need to cut this one out now. So rather than actually using my scissors to cut it out, I'm going to use that die. So let's get rid of the stamping elements and pop those back under there. Move the stampy bits out of the way, and then we need the largest one of my dies. And again, it's just a case of having a look, whoops, which way round we need to be. So I think we want to be, she says, just turn it round until it lines up with your stamp there. Oh, not quite. Keep going. Have I picked the right one up there? Where's my, there we go. I think it's that way. Is it that one? Do you know? That's it there, look, that's it, we got there in the end. So I'm going to bring in my Gemini plates there. So I need a cutting plate to work onto. Let's just pop that one out of the way. And then obviously, because I don't want this to move, I'm going to tape it down into place now with a little bit of that low tack tape. And then it's just your normal cutting sandwich. So again, your 2 shims inside and a second cutting plate, and we'll pop that through our Gemini. So we have got the Junior on the show today, if you've not invested in this as yet. So it's $139.99 here in the UK, $199.95 in the US. And not only do you get the machine, you get all the plates that you need with it. We give you some free dies, we give you some I give an embossing folder with it. So you've got, just need some cardstock really to get going, and then you can have a play. And again, with Christmas coming up, it would be a lovely Christmas gift, wouldn't it? Pop it on that wish list and see if Santa's listening. Right, so let's pop that to one side then. And what I've done now is pop that one where we can see it. And then I've done the same with the smaller ones as well. So you've got 3 different sizes there. So let's pop that one on there, and then literally we'll pop this card together. And I've got my card blank. I've made this one already, and as I say, all I've done is use some of that foliage, stamped it in place, and I'm going to bring out my tape runner, which is hiding in there, just to pop this layer on. And I've just matted and layered it onto some of our black card. Now that's my dotty one again, so I need to find the other one because I don't want to waste my dots. So let's pop that one on top of the card, and it's just a 5 3/4 inch square card, which we will try and get on straight. There we go. And then I'm going to move to our 3D gel to pop the flowers on, because what I want to do now is just shape them. Just with your fingers, you can manipulate the card. Gives them a little bit of sort of a bit more realistic. So don't forget, you can shop while you're watching me. You still have me in the corner of your screen. You don't need to worry about missing what I'm doing. Have a look what's going off on there. Some of you might be a step ahead of us. You might have already seen our 24-hour deal that's going on, but I will come back to that in a little while. But all I'll say is adhesives. Okay, I'll just give you a little heads up. So all I'm going to do then is pop just a couple of blobs on the back there, just so that I've got a little bit of element raised up, and we're going to make like a little cluster. I've kept the lighter part of the flowers at the top, as if the light's catching them at the top, and then again a little bit on there. Pop that one down again. We'll pop that lighter part towards the top, and then you've got the little one that's sort of like a half bloom in this particular set, so you can build up that lovely little posy. And this is just one of those 6 sets that you'll be getting if you order this today. So we'll pop that one at the bottom there. And then also in that same set, I've just stamped out one of the sentiments. It says, I hope your day is as lovely as you are. Okay, so I've popped a little bit of foam tape on the back of there, and I'm just going to pop that on the top there to finish it off. And you've got a really nice simple card there. Anybody could have a go with that. Okay, So I'm just going to pop the top on my glue so that it doesn't dry up. And again, top tip for this one, if you're using the 3D Collall glue, there we go. Just squeeze the glue until you can see it pop out of the top of the cap there, and then pop your lid on so that it's making contact and it won't dry up that way. Right, so let's have a little look how we got there then. There we go. So those are available today. As I say, we don't have to choose which one you like best. You can buy all of those, all 6 sets for £70 here in the UK, $94 in the US, with a saving of over 20% again today for you. Okie dokie, so that was our stamps and die set. So just while I get myself sorted, I think we're going to have a little look at the warehouse and see how the guys are getting on. Shows you a bit of background as to what goes off down there.
Did you know that our incredible warehouse is just down the road from our head office? And whilst we're based here in the northeast of England, our team ship parcels all over the globe, whether you're from San Francisco or Switzerland. If you've got any queries about delivery, then don't hesitate to contact our customer services team or check out the delivery information page on our website. But if you're still not sure whether you can order to your address, then our incredible customer services team are always on hand to answer your questions.
Hello, right, we're back again. So for any of you that's just joined us recently, you're watching us here on Crafters TV today, and it's our Monday Makers show. And just to explain, if you have just joined us, that I am flying solo today. So I've not actually had a chance to have much of a look. I will have a look through the social media in a little while. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you later, and I can have a catch up then. So it's lovely that you're all able to join us. So what I'm going to do is just flick through and recap the deals that we've got on today's show for you. So the first set that I showed you this afternoon was those beautiful photo frame dies. So £30 here in the UK, $44 if you're in the States. So we're saving 25% there. And you can choose sets of 2 of those. So there's the birthday party and the Primrose Corner was the one I'm looking for, thank you. Okay, and then the 2 Christmas ones are in the second set, so that's what you're getting for your money there with a 25% saving. And then you saw me having a play with those inks earlier, those beautiful Spectrum Noir Aquatint inks. There's some beautiful shades in those. 9 different sets to choose from, and they're down to £10 today in the UK, $14 in the US, 20% saving again, well over 20% actually on those. We've also got our rocker blocks on the show. So these are a means of a stamping platform basically that you rock the stamps with. So again, these are actually on the show. $9.99 for both of these sets today. Now I know that these normally retail at $9.99 each. So you can see there at the bottom that you're saving 50% on these. You get all of them in there. So $13.99 if you're over in the US. And then you've just seen me demo those beautiful layering stamps. There's some really nice artwork in there. And again, we're not asking you to choose. You get all 6 of those for £70 or £70 or $94. And then we've also got on the show our water reactive inks, which is what I actually used to do those layering stamps earlier. And we've got a special offer on those today. If you spend £30 or more or $30 or more, you can save 20% when you buy those today. Fantastic range of colours in there. So again, you might want to top up on them. Now, as you know, if you've watched us regularly, that all those deals will be available for the next 48 hours. Okay, so pop on that website, have a look, see if there's anything in there that takes your fancy. You can still listen to what I'm saying while you're doing your shopping. So take a breath, Jan. So I hope I'm going to have a look, as I say, at social media in a little while when I've got a little break planned in a while. We've got a little surprise for you, and I'll have a catch up with the elves as well while I'm in that break and see what they've been up to. I know they've been busy. So what we've got coming up next, one of my favourite parts of the show, this, as much as we love playing with the products and demoing, we love this bit of the show. So it's time for our craft ambassador. Now then, we've had lots of people again sending in their work. So just a quick recap, if you want to be a part of this beautiful elite team, all you need to do is send us photographs of yourself and your work. All right, so it can be any kind of work as long as it's predominantly using our Crafters Companion products. So it can be paper crafting, it can be soft crafts, mixed media, it can be knitting, crochet, whatever it is, as long as it's actually promoting Crafters Companion products, all right? And then all we ask you to do is email that to us at ccambassadors@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and our team behind the scenes are busy having a look through. So pop us a picture in, let us know whereabouts you're based, okay? And then there are people winning. There are 2 opportunities each week. There's one on Monday Makers and there is one on our Creative Cravings on a Wednesday as well. And my little Laura in my ear is just saying that we might have a link with a soft crafter coming up later in the week. So fantastic, because it is about celebrating all different types of craft, not just a paper craft, okay? So without further ado then, our winner this week for our lovely craft ambassador mug is Elisa, and she lives in Texas in the USA. So fantastic. So we're going to have a look at the photograph that Elisa sent us in of her artwork. So just look at this cute little card. Isn't he adorable? Now that's a different one of our stamp and die sets. I remember this one coming out. So again, she's actually done the stamping, coloured him in, cut him out with the die, and then look at those little tiny snowballs in the bottom there and the snowflakes at the top. That's a really nice composition there. Christmas Wonderland. That is a really, really cute little card there. So well done, Elisa. So you will be winning then one of our craft ambassador mugs that will be winging its way over to Texas. We do ask you to allow 30 working days, and bearing in mind it is also coming up to Christmas as well. So because it's coming over there to the States, it might have a wee bit of a delay on it, but don't panic. We know that they're getting out there because we've had customers actually email us with their pictures to say, mine's arrived, and there's photographs of them with them. So they do get there eventually. Just be patient with all the process that's involved. Customs as well if it's coming overseas. So it does take a little while to get them to you. So well done, Elisa. That will be on its way to you, hopefully. Whether we can get it to you for Christmas, I'm not sure, but certainly soon afterwards. So fantastic member joining our team there. Right, so I did say at the top of the show then that we would actually be telling you later on today our 24-hour deal. So each week we have an offer that lasts just for 24 hours. Now, the majority of our offers are 48 hours when we do the shows, but this particular one, as it says in the title, 24-hour deal, is just available for 24 hours on the website. Now, if you're interested in this particular offer, we will give you the code in a second, and when you're checking out, it will ask you for a promotional code. This is what we need to put in there. So without further ado then, this week we have got an offer on all our glues and adhesives, so 20% off there of any of the glues and adhesives on our website. So my little voice in my ear again is just saying that prices start from less than £1 on that particular section. So again, if you're going in through that Monday Makers window, look at the 24-hour deal section. It'll show you which products are available on that deal. Now, as far as I'm concerned, glues are one of those things that come along with cardstock, the consumable. There's something that I've always got. I've got a cupboard, you'll have heard me say before, I've got a cupboard that's just for adhesives, and I always have a spare one of everything. And then when I use that spare one, I then order some more. So this is a perfect time to order those extras, get stocked up ready for the new year, and you're getting a discount at the same time. So don't forget, when you get to checkout, pop that deal code in there, which is Monday 9. Okay, so Monday for the day and the figure 9, which is the date today. Pop that in at that promotional code, and then it will automatically take that discount off those products for you. Fabulous. So lots of offers for you today. Now then, it's I said earlier on that there was just a little tweak to the show, because as much as I absolutely love doing our craft wars, I haven't figured out a way to do it on my little tone, my own. So I did ask the elves, but they weren't up for it. They said they weren't playing. They didn't want to get their hands messy. So I haven't been able to find a partner for Craft Wars today. So rather than you guys miss out, and if you didn't happen to tune in for this particular occasion, we've got a little bit of videotape of, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, when Craig and I were busy doing Craft Wars, for you to have a rewatch, for me to grab my breath, and then we'll get set up ready for the rest of the show this afternoon. So enjoy and have a little watch and see what went off a couple of weeks ago on our Craft Wars.
There we go. I never thought to use glycerin like that.
Yeah, you see,
That's
you're
so
learning all the
smart.
time. I'm
smart.
literally covered
Love
in
that.
ink now. As like I
Yeah.
said, at home you've got much more time to let things
You do,
dry.
I know
haven't
you do, don't you? But
Yeah.
then it's sometimes
It
part
all
of fun
comes
as
off,
well.
it's all good
It
fun.
does. It's all crafting. You
Right.
can't craft without having a mess.
good.
That's what I say anyway.
Yeah.
It's my excuse.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness, I like this bit.
I like this bit
I'm
too.
gonna have to have a little drink
Well.
after all that.
Okay, so Craft Wars is when we have 15 minutes, and here today it's going to be myself and Jan. We have got 2 baskets filled with craft products. We've got some essentials as well. We've both got our Gemini's ready to go. So we've got 15 minutes to create something. We don't know what we're going to create because we don't know what's in the basket.
I think all we know that it's paper craft, isn't
We
it?
know it's paper
So-
craft, and they have a wee bit of a change every week, every couple of weeks
Yeah.
or so. So what it is we want you to, while the 15 minutes is going, while we're crafting away and having some fun, we want you to write in the comments below to say who you think's going to win. And then right at the very end, whoever has the most amount of names wins. Now we say you win our card, but I say this every time, but you might not actually want to win whatever it is that we end up making.
It's like
trust me,
speed
the,
crafting at its best, isn't it?
yeah, the pressure of making something that you don't know what you're going to make, but the products you don't know that you've
It's
got.
not as easy as
it's
it-
not
as
as easy as
is
you
it?
think.
Yeah.
No, it's not as easy.
Normally we have
But it
time to
is-
sit and think about it, maybe do
Yeah.
a bit of research, plan it out, test it even.
Yeah.
But this, no, straight in
No,
with both feet.
straight in, but it is all part of the fun. We do
It
actually,
is.
we enjoy doing this,
Yes.
so this is going to be fun. So yeah, we've got that 15 minutes ready to go. We're just about to get ready to go. So yeah, so we've had one together before, haven't we?
Yes.
Towards the start of Monday
Yes,
Makers.
we did, yes.
Myself. Who did actually win that one?
Do you know, I can't remember, Craig.
I can't
think
remember
I've
either.
won one in my time, but I think that was against our Debs.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if you didn't win when we were together. So it must be my turn
It
today
must be
then,
your,
in that case.
Yeah. Anyway,
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't really matter.
Isn't it? Right,
So-
so are we going to have a little look then? Let's see what's inside. So, ready? Whoop,
Go!
Away we go. So, let's have a quick look and see what's inside then. So, I'm going to spin mine
Okay.
round.
So I think we've kind of got some of the similar stuff, as close to similar as
So
possible.
we've got some cardstock in there. We've got some paper pads in there. Oh, look at this. I can see some nice glitter card in mine. Have you got some?
So I've got some as well. So yeah,
Fantastic, yeah.
some of the same as you. I've got some gems in here. We've got some
Fantastic.
sprays
Oh,
in
there's
there.
some goodies in here
There's
today,
some real
isn't there?
goodies. They really have mixed
Ribbon.
this up. Really good
I'm
mix
going
this
to pull
up.
the ribbon out straight away. Look, it's pink.
We've got
I like
ribbon this
that.
time.
Yeah.
We've got paper pads, 12 by 12 paper pads. We've got
some embossing
yeah, a
folders
lot
again.
different ones just here. So good selection.
Oh, look at this.
Good selection with
Oh,
these
I'm having a
ones
think
here,
already.
3D.
Oh, we've got some
I
of the
know.
little animal dies.
We've
Look,
got
I might have to use one of
stencils.
those as well.
Got
Right,
cards.
so.
Oh.
Oh, steady on. Oh,
Okay.
right. And we're going
Right.
to count ourselves in then so that we've got a fair start. All right, so
have,
15
okay.
minutes on the clock then. My producer's telling me 15 minutes. So are we ready?
Tell me to stop it and pay attention.
Okay.
Okay.
Two,
2, 1.
Away
Let's
we go.
go.
Off we go.
Okay, right.
Right, I want some plain card, I think.
I'm
Use a bit of that on the back.
Sure.
We've got a guillotine.
That's what I was about to
Do
say
you
as
know,
well. We need a
that crafty
guillotine.
fairy. I can't
Where's
see
she
any
gone?
guillotines. Are we supposed to chop it up with our teeth?
Our teeth, our fingers.
I'm going to have to go on the run, Matt. I'm going to
So-
have to go. Let me just dash across and see if I can find us a
I'm
guillotine.
going to go with the
Oh.
paper. I think I'm going to go with my paper
There must
pads.
be one over here.
You know what I said earlier on about the paper pad? I love them. So let's stick with something I adore. So we'll go with the paper. Actually, we'll go for.
Here we go.
So this is what I was on about earlier on, Matt, when we've got our papers, we've got the double-sided papers, and then we've got toppers as well towards the back there. So
I'm
we'll
back.
go
Look
with
what I
that
found us.
style.
Here we go.
Actually, yeah.
There we
Right.
go.
Oh,
Sorry.
Well, you're not
Right.
really, but
I am. I wouldn't want to inflict you an injury.
That's not what you
would
said
be,
before we
That
went
would be
live.
an unfair advantage, wouldn't it?
That's true.
You can't be telling people that I've injured you. That's not very nice. Right, we want that.
Right.
And then I want a second piece. That's a very pretty colour. That will go with something out of there, I think. Now then, which paper pad are you using, Craig?
I'm going to go with the vintage florals.
Ah, yeah, I've got the springies in the
Yeah.
air. I know it's not very spring-like outside, but I do love this paper pad.
Wow, okay.
So
okay,
I'm going to
okay.
go
We can dream,
with a
we
piece
can.
out of there.
Well, I don't.
And
I'm still in
also-
Christmas mode.
I know, I've seen all those decorations. They look lovely.
Quite chuffed with them.
Busy, busy, busy,
Do you know
busy.
something? I actually don't think I've popped them on my Crafter's Companion Facebook page. So
Oh,
I'll need
you'll
to
have
do
to
that.
have to let
Can I
them know.
borrow?
Do you want to borrow
Yeah.
that one for a second?
I did say I would pop them all up once I had got
right,
them
so
all
I'm
set
just going to
up.
pop one of those out of there to use because I might want one of those as well.
Yeah, it's when I hear
Pop that back
people
in.
saying, "Oh, I can't wait for springtime." It's like we've not even had Christmas
Oh no,
yet.
I enjoy Christmas when it gets here. It just there seems to be a lot of build up to it.
See,
And
I
I'm
love the
already,
build up.
I'm busy with everything else to start off with, so
I love the build up to Christmas.
right, let's have a little look. So
Right.
we do that like so.
I'm going with the darker
Where's my piece
tones.
that I've already cut? I've got bits of paper everywhere. I want to run that. Seeing as we've been playing with embossing folders, I think we'll have a go with that
Go
through
that
there.
and go that.
So this one
I really am going the
is-
darker tones with
Oh
this
my
one.
goodness, he's chopping. Are you matting
There
and
we go.
layering?
Now we want to
I know
know
what
who
you
do you think's
like.
going to win. Jan's going to win,
Oh, I don't know.
or
Let's pop that one
myself.
on
So
there.
get commenting. Who are you voting for, myself or the Janinator? Oh, I quite like that. The
That was a bit.
Janinator.
What? Say that again.
The Janinator.
The janinator.
The
I've never heard
janinator.
one of them before. As long as it's not the janitor, I'm all right, aren't I? Have you got a plastic shim? Plastic shim there.
You.
Please may I borrow your plastic shim because I haven't got
Yeah,
one.
if I
I've
can
been
borrow it back
sabotaged.
after.
Thank you. Right, so let's pop that through there. That crafty fairy. She's
So
got
don't need
favourites.
That.
Right, through that Gemini we go then, just to
Right.
emboss that 3D folder. Out it comes. 18 seconds seems like forever when you've only
Does,
got
doesn't
15
it?
minutes
Yeah.
to start with. There we go. Right, so let's have a look and see what's happened in there.
Right.
So that's got all my embossing. Oh, look at that, Matt Cam. How gorgeous is that? Fantastic. Right, so that's that one. Right, I forgot what else I was going to do now. We're going to
You're
have
still
that on the
using your
front,
shim.
so I just need to... No, you can have those.
You're not needing that.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's pop
okay.
this one.
So, get commenting. I want you to let us know what you think of our style so far. What do you think of our colours? I've gone for the darker colours,
Ooh,
your
I've
blacks,
got
your
some.
craft card sort of colours. Jan, you're
Let's have a
kind of like
look.
spring-like, isn't it?
A little bit more spring-like. I'm
Yeah.
trying to cheer myself up. I'm just looking. I want to use some.
How are you
glitter
feeling a
cards.
bit blue?
Well,
eh?
I drove up this morning and it was really dreary and wet and grey, and I just think a few nice spring colours might cheer me up. But I'm just wondering.
And then you seen me and
Where's
that
the
really
gold?
put you in the mood. It was like, oh, it's him.
I did not. Do you know? It's painting me out to be a right
No, I'm
one
painting
today.
myself, not you.
Right. Oh, I think they'll go all right. We'll have a bit of pink on there. Right. So I'm going to do some matting and layering.
Yeah.
I know you like your matting and
I
layering,
do like
don't
the
you? So
matting
I'm
and
going to
layering,
use the
don't I?
guide on my
Yeah. Matt and
guillotine.
what am I called? Matt and Laird.
Matt and Laird. Should have been, shouldn't
Matt
it?
and Laird.
Matt and Laird.
That is so good.
See?
I'm Matt and Laird.
Matt and Laird. That's the one.
That's really, I like that one. I might actually change my surname
Yeah.
by Daypole.
Great, Matt and Laird. That's the one. Oh, what shall I be
Jan.
then? Jan.
So you're Jan Brown, Jan.
Jan. I don't know. We'll have to get them to have a get. Put some ideas. No,
Yeah,
only nice ones, please.
Yep. So yeah, if you can come up with a name for Jan, pop it
Yeah.
in the comments. So
I
Jan
like my
Brown.
stamping,
So we're
we
wanting
could
something.
be.
Yep.
I suppose if you were thinking of shades of brown, I could be Matt Brown, couldn't I? Jan Matt Brown.
Jan Matt Brown. Jan Matt Brown.
I know my husband always said when we were trying for a family years and years ago, he says if we have a little boy, we're not calling it Matt Brown.
So I was
Right,
Craig,
that's
Matt, and
Craig, Matt and Laird. I like that
Laird.
one.
Debbie Robinson was Debbie Die Hard Robinson. Then we were Leanne was Spectacular
Of course.
Chippers.
Spectacular chivers.
And
Now then, I need a bit of that now.
Fiona was Cut Above Plating.
I'm going to go with a black silhouette So let me just, I've brought my bag again, Matt.
Did
I'm
you
going to
bring your
get my
bag?
scissors out though. I'm not being naughty.
I don't mind.
There we go. I just want
Don't
to
mind a
chop a
little bit
piece
of
of that
naughtiness.
down. Okie dokie. So I'm going to use that lovely flamingo. And I know flamingos are normally pink, but I want him to be a true silhouette, so I'm going to do him in
Be
black.
any
So
colour, can't they?
I need to find my Olby mats again now, so I need that one, that
You
one.
need,
Can I borrow
um,
that plastic one again?
There we go.
And, oh my days, I need a clear one as well.
Who's just said I need to get a move on? Andy? Sandy?
Candy.
Oh, Candy.
Thank you for that. I was struggling there as well.
It wasn't just me, was it?
No, it was.
No.
I thought you said something else, but I'll not repeat it.
Mandy, Sandy, Candy.
You get the drift. Right, so we'll pop that one through there.
That's a thinker now.
Now you're thinking now.
I'm thinking.
So to short, where's the sandals and, yeah, in the desert?
Oh, oh.
That's where I was going.
Got
I
ya.
thought, crikey, we must be going out worldwide if they're messaging us. Hey, dearie me. Right, let's get rid of all
Gandhi
these
was
bits.
known to do a bit of matting and layering.
Look at him, he's beautiful. Now then, really, I don't think we've got any inks in there, have we? Oh, you know me and my inks.
know
I
you
would
and
have
your
liked to
inks.
put something on that embossing folder.
I'm loving yours, Jan.
Yeah, but I think it looks a bit plain like that, so I might swap that out. How long have we got left, my lovely Laura? Right, I think
Oh.
I'm going to re-emboss then, because I want that embossing to show a bit better than
yeah.
that. So
Can look good on white as well, though, doesn't it? Like
it
that
does, but I would normally put some ink on it, I think, and I've not got any ink, so I'm just going to swap it
Right.
to the pink. Oops.
Rightio. So,
Right,
I
so
believe we're kind of just about head and head. Head
do you
to
think
head.
so?
So, level
Right.
pegging, as we've just been told in earlier.
Okay.
So yeah, carry on, get commenting whether you think it's going to be Jan that's going to win, or if it's going to be me it's going to win. I'm thinking you, Jan.
I might have to be Jan Stamping Brown.
Jan Stampin Brown.
Jan Stamping
Oh.
Brown and Craig Matten Laird. How about that?
Did you hear that?
Seeing as I like, yeah. And that's
Someone just-
actually
yeah.
reading minds now. You see, there's no end to my talents.
No.
Oh,
Inky Brown.
I say Inky Brown. I like that one as well. Seeing as that's where I'm usually happiest, when I'm covered in ink.
Covered in ink.
Right, I'm redoing my embossing folder now, Matt Cam, so it's going to be pink this time instead of the white, because I don't think the white shows up enough. So let's have a little look then on there. You're very quiet. What are you doing over there?
I'm actually thinking.
You think, oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's gone quiet. He's a man, he can't multitask. He can't think and speak at the same time. That was brave, wasn't it, when I'm sandwiched between two fellas? Very
Yeah.
brave. Oh, very stupid, one or the other.
Well, I'm not commenting on that one.
There we go, look, that's better.
I'm
I
just-
like that.
I'm liking how this looks. I just think my background's too big. I think this would have been better on like a 7x7 or something.
You could do another Matt and
Listen
Laird.
to her in her
You-
ear,
you
the
could-
crafter. Hey.
You could do another Matt and Laird there.
Yeah, another matte and layer, but
Yeah.
with a different colour.
I need a sentiment now. Let's have a look. Where can we get sentiments? We've got some. What have we got in here? Oh,
so-
imagine we've got no ink pads. I can't use one of those.
If we
So
go
sentiments
for
wise, let me
want
look back in
deeper
here
colour,
and see,
No, I
because
don't.
that
I want a
one's
lighter colour.
on
I want
a
light.
topper. I just want one that's
Go for
got.
that one. I'm
That's
just
not
speaking
what
to
I
myself
want.
now.
I know I'm doing the same. That's not what I want. What's in that one? See if there's anything in that.
Oh,
Oh, we've only got
5
5
to go.
minutes
Right, so
left. I
get
don't like it when
commenting,
that
get
happens.
messaging, say whether it's
Oh.
myself, whether it's Jan.
Oh,
What
there's
do you think
there's
of the
nice ones.
colours? What do you think of the layout?
We will have
Right.
just for you. Look,
So I want to make that smaller.
just for you. Right.
And
Sorry,
then-
Craig.
That's okay.
Keep attacking him. Right, there we go. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. I've got my.
Maybe a bit less.
That's a dotty one. Oh, bless him. He's been and fetched me some ink. Look. What colours did you choose, Matt?
But
Look at that. Oh,
bit too late.
now then. I don't know. I've only got 5 minutes left now. Let me see what it looks like.
So
Less than 5
to go,
minutes
less
now.
than
Right,
5
I'm going to
minutes
pop
to go.
my mats and layers
So
on.
I don't have my wee distressing edger tool, so I'm just using the scissors. If you do this, please be careful.
Do you know?
So working our way around, just
What
going to
you doing?
distressing the edges.
That's a bit
slightly.
posh. Imagine that paper lends itself to that, doesn't
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. So I'm not
That
being neat.
old-
I'm not
old
being
vin-
tidy.
vintagey,
I'm
yeah.
just just picking up the edges. I'm working my way around just with the edges of the scissors. If it's ripping, it's tearing, I'm not caring.
But that's all part of it, isn't
It's all
it?
part of it, yeah.
Yep.
Not being neat, not being tidy.
See, then I would be inking round the edge of
That's
that
what
with
I
one
would
of my
like to do,
applicators.
even if, maybe not even
Right,
the
I'm gonna use my little
applicator,
dotty tape pen for
but even if I just
this one.
go round like this, I'm
Just a
picking
few.
up
I
the
love
corners.
these dotty tape pens. It's got to be one of the favourite things in my stash. So
You
that's
always
going
have
to
it in your
stick.
crafty stash,
I
don't
do,
you?
yes.
So I'm just working
I'm
my
going to
way
pop
round.
that one on there. Mine's very plain today. I'm in a plain mood. Oh, no, don't say that. 3.5 minutes. Where did that go?
So again, I'm not
You
being
think-
neat, tidy, precise. I'm just picking.
Right, here we go. Oh, that
Yeah,
looks
it's come
nice.
out. It's nice.
That looks nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Just
very
going for a straight
impressed.
Edge. And
Oh,
I'm
I
going
think I'd
to.
be voting for that one, Craig. I
See,
like that
I
one.
like yours.
Right,
like
so
yours.
little bow time. Look at that.
Sorry,
What are you
did we
laughing
say
at?
something
What-
funny there, Matt?
What was that
No,
there?
I'm not aware of us saying anything funny. Are you?
He said because you like mine, you see. It's made him chuckle.
It's funny, but-
I think you were talking about my card, weren't you?
What's that?
He's away with his
Oh.
fairies.
Right.
Bless him.
So
I'll be making him blush again in a minute. Behave,
I have
Matt.
no idea what the
He's
paintings
lost
are on
no
about
idea.
now, but
No idea.
that's a lot
it's
better.
best like that,
yeah.
Craig. You trust us.
When it comes
it's
to
best
my
that
mind,
way.
it is.
Right,
So,
that's my little
I'm
bow.
gonna. Seriously, you
And
guys
I've
need to
got
tell me
some-
what you're on about later.
I'll tell you later.
Right. So let's pick.
Pop that on there.
Uh,
Have you got time to
gone.
take backs off me, Craig? Off my phone pads, Craig?
um,
No, look, he's not
how-
helping me.
no, what you're needing?
But it's all right, I've got it. I was just going to say, have you got time to take backs off my phone pads for me? But I'm there, look.
You're there.
I'm doing it. It's
Oh,
working. 2
2
minutes. Oh my goodness. Are we going to have a countdown at the end so that we know where we're
I
at?
think we should.
Right, here we go. I've got that on the top there, like
Layers,
so.
working my way round.
And then I want to put
Keeping with the blacks, I'm keeping with the the brown
that one
craft
on there
cards.
like that. And it's a very, very plain one today. I think
See, I'm loving the colours that you've got.
I think
Absolutely
I'm
loving
done.
them. Absolutely loving them.
Oh, I think I would have.
Couple of minutes to go now,
I got
so
time to just
let us
do-
know in the comments. Just write in the comments whether you think it's myself that's going to win, whether you think it's Jan's. Who's just be honest, who do you prefer? And then say why you prefer it. Do you like the colours of Jan's? Do you like the colourways of mine? Mine's is a bit dark for this time of year, but
That's
you
not
know.
the right size. Oh, I've made a mess of that now.
There we go. And then all
Just
that
quick while you're ahead, Jan. I was going to put another black layer underneath there because it looked a
Pop
bit. It
that.
wants black under it.
like let's just
Don't
do
know
another
whether
bit of. There
No, I'm not
we go.
going to take it off. I'm not going to risk it. I'm
So
not
we've
going to
got a
risk it
minute.
with only a minute left. We'll stick that back down again.
Right, I think I'm going to
I
leave
really
it
don't
there.
think anybody would want to win this one. Right,
I
I'm going to
would.
leave it there.
I would.
I'm going to leave it there. I made a right old mess. Right. Oh, crikey, we've got a minute left.
Oh, a minute left.
I mean, is yours a card?
Well, it will be in a minute.
Or is it just a card front? You can't just have a card front. That's a bit sloppy.
Sloppy.
Isn't it? Look at this. Where's the card? You can't send that to anybody. Look,
Give
look.
me a minute. Give me a minute.
Crikey. What do you think it is? You've only got 30 seconds left. You've not got a minute. Come on, quick, quick, quick. That's still a card front. That's not a card either. He's only doing half a job. We need another half. 20. No pressure, Craig. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. Come on. How much? How long have we got?
And then now we don't have a
15.
score tool.
15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Perfect. Look at that. Is it stuck together?
Yeah. Card.
I'll let you off then. I thought we were just having half measures with card fronts. I'm thinking, have we changed here?
No.
I don't know what that. Have you been chucking ink at me?
Don't believe me.
You
Might be
used the
chucking
ink
ink at
pad?
myself. Yeah, I used
Look
the.
at you, you've got it everywhere. I know I'm vintage and all that, but you didn't need to ink me up. Goodness me, let's have a look. This is what I did. I've used my 3D embossing folder because we've had a bit of a theme today. So I've embossed the Centura Pearl, matted and layered it, and then I've used my gorgeous little silhouette flamingo there, and that's why I picked the pink. little bit of a sentiment, and my bow.
You'll
So very
always be
pretty
my
and
gorgeous
pink.
little silhouette.
I thought you were going to say flamingo
I was.
then. Do I have to stand like this on one leg?
I like that.
Oh my days.
So,
I'm
my
loving
ma-
the inking.
Matte layer, 8
And I
by
match
8.
look as well. Look, here we go. Look,
And then
matching
added a
ink.
bit of colour from Jan, just taking a bit from her. We bit matte and layer again to stress the edges, added a bit of colour. No matting and layering because the inking is kind of doing the
Yes,
matting and layering
very
for
vintage.
you. Same with the toppers, this is what we were on about earlier on. I love the 12 by 12 with the toppers, using a bit of the actual matting and layering dies that were in the basket. Sentiment, just a wee board ribbon just at the
You
top.
did a
just
lot there in 15 minutes.
Did you use an ink pad or did you cut yourself on the scissors?
No, ink pad. Stop dropping me in it.
I'm hoping it's ink because he's covered me in it as well. Don't say things like that.
No, I know. It's definitely ink.
Crikey. Right. So,
Matte.
crikey, that was very, very busy, wasn't it? We've made a right old mess. I'm look naturally. We do have a
Oh.
winner. Oh, our producer's telling us we've got a winner. So Matt's going to announce the winner.
Jan.
I don't know. I'm really not sure. Eeny, meeny,
Oh, it's
miny.
high-tech finger. Got a finger us.
Yay! I would have voted for yours. I love that. It's very
no, thank you.
nice.
I
Very
I
nice.
love yours.
Mine's
I love
very
the
simple
colours.
today. Very simple. I've
Love
not
the
got me
colours.
thinking head
Love
on.
the pink.
Like I say, when it's
It's not
sort of
easy.
15 minutes and you don't quite know what you're doing, it is quite
It's not
hard,
easy at
isn't
all.
it? Yeah.
It's not
yeah,
easy
I spent
at all.
2 hours making a card at
But I
home.
can spend longer sometimes. I'm sure you're the same. You get to the end of it, you're not happy with it, so you move it to the side and
And
start
then,
again.
then it wants something else on it, or you start taking it to bits and rip some of it, and then you have to start again. Yeah. So
Or you
15
set it to the
minutes is
side, you
nothing,
come
is
along
it?
the next morning, you go, I know what it needs, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need that clear head.
Does. There you go. So just a little bit of fun for you, just to give my voice a little bit of a breather there. So that was actually from a couple of weeks ago. So I've not magic Craig up in the studio, and he did win me. So there we go. So all normal service should be resumed next week. There will be Craft Wars coming back next week. It was just purely because I was on my own today that we couldn't physically make that happen for you. So thank you for staying with us. I've just been having a little look through the social media while I was just having that quick little break there. And again, some fabulous comments going on. It did make me chuckle. There was a conversation going on about the pets, the dogs and cats, and how much they end up wearing when you're crafting. And I can associate with that because one of my dogs is black and she is always covered in glitter or bits of, the backing off foam pads, things like that. She's always wearing something and then tramples them all over the house. So I know exactly where you're coming from. And one lady did make me laugh where she said she didn't put the Christmas tree up yet, just in case. So fabulous. The other thing I wanted to point out as well that I've picked up, I know our guys are on from the team, our social media team are on, and there is a message on there that says, and this is very exciting, it says, if you've ordered during today's show, so those of you watching, if you've placed an order through our Monday Makers window on the website today, email your order number to socialmedia@crafterscompanion.com to be in with a chance of winning £50 or a $50 worth of craft products. So that's definitely worth being involved in. So if you've placed an order with us today during the show for any of the products that we've got on the show today through that Monday Makers window on the website, all you need to do is make a note of your order number that you've placed, and then socialmedia@crafterscompanion.com. Email them the number with your name, explain that you've been watching today, and you may be in the line for a chance of winning that £50 or $50 to spend on the website of craft products there. So fantastic. So thank you all. There's been I've just been reading through the comments. One lady said that she was too far away, otherwise she'd have come to help me. So fantastic. That would be great. So thank you. There's been a lot of support on there for me today because I'm going solo today, so it's good to know that everybody's out there. So we're going to carry on with the show now. We've got a bit more to show you, and we saved, in my opinion, I've saved the best well last, because this collection just about sums up my love of crafting. It is really, really beautiful. So we've actually got it, we've got the Fairy Garden collection, which I launched on TV about 3 weeks or so ago, coming up to a month ago, and it was received really well, but we wanted to bring it for you today. And what we've done is we've got the whole collection, which I'll go through with you in a second, but we've put this on and you can choose any of the elements from that collection if you haven't bought into it as yet, if you fancy it. If it's all on there, it's all listed on the website if you want to get ahead of us, and you can see all the different elements on there. I'm going to go have just a quick walk through, and I've got some samples. But if you spend £30 or more or $30 or more today, you're entitled to 20% off the items that you buy. And of course, that is an addition to your Club Inspire discount as well. So if you're not a member of our loyalty club yet, get yourself signed up on the internet. It's free to join on our website. It explains how the process works, and you get that extra discount as well. So let's have a look at the actual collection first, because it's quite a good one, this one. It's part of the Nature's Garden range. So I'm just going to separate it into the sections. So the first part here we've got is our 12 by 12 inch paper pad here. And this is one of the most stunning paper pads I've seen in these collections. It is really beautiful. Now I've failed already because I've not opened it up. Let me just get my knife there, and we'll have a little flick through it, because I should have done that earlier, and I've just realised the minute I come to open it that it was still sealed. So let me just release those seals, because you've got to see this. Even if you don't buy anything else today, you need this paper pad in your collection. So I'll leave it this way so that we can see it. So you have got 40 sheets in here altogether. Majority of it is paper, good quality paper, and you've got these beautiful designs already set out. Now don't be put off that it's 12 by 12, because you can be thinking sections of these to make a card, and then I like to fussy cut out the rest of it to layer up on things. So don't be afraid of that big space. But when we actually turn it over and look on the back of here, see if I can get this to twinkle at you on the camera there. Look at that. The back of this paper is all glittered and embossed. Absolutely stunning. I've never seen a paper pad like this before. So you've got that beautiful design on the front, but on the back of these, and I'm going to flick through the whole thing now, you've actually got designs, glittered elements, designs, glittered elements. Absolutely beautiful. The colour palette is stunning. So it goes through the lilacs into the pinks, and you can see this side picking up the light here where it's got the glitter on it. And then it goes into those beautiful greens. There's 2 shades of green in there. You've got that mint green into that lovely zesty shade. Absolutely beautiful. As I say, I fell in love with this. The first thing I did was go and buy a second one, because I have to have one just to look at and one that I can actually chop up. And then, as if that's not all in there, in the back of here, as again is becoming quite familiar with our pads, you've got these beautiful toppers and sentiments, and these are all ready die cut. All you need to do is just pop them out and you can use them in your crafting. So you get 2 pages that match the pink tones and 2 pages that match the greens and the lemons. Absolutely beautiful. So most of the collections start around that paper pad. So let's pop that to one side, and then you get 2 different embossing folders. So we have a 3D folder, and I'll show you some samples in a little while, and you've got a cut and emboss folder. So again, let's just have a little look. You can see a bit more detail on the back there of what they look like. So this one's got that gorgeous brickwork, and then there's an area in the middle that you can either cut out, stamp in, build a scene in, and this one again's got the die embedded in it that cuts out the aperture with those beautiful dandelion clocks on there. So 2 different types of embossing folder. Then we've got a set of 3 that are a stamp and die set, and I'm going to be using a couple of these in my demo. So we've got the Toadstool Village, which is a little cluster of toadstools, and you get the metal to cut out once you've stamped. So I will demo how this works in a second. Then you've got the Home Sweet Home, which is the larger single toadstool with all the little windows in and the metal to cut it out. And then our beautiful Flower Fairy, I'm going to use her in my demo as well with the metal. So those 3 different ones there to choose from. So it comes, you know, you can buy it as a whole collection, or you can just pick through the bits that you fancy. The metal work in here then, I'll just bring them in sections. We've got that beautiful enchanted doorway, and this is actually, it's got 2 pieces in here. So you've got a background piece that cuts out the silhouette shape, And then the foreground piece has got all this beautiful brickwork on that embosses. It embosses a line in here and it cuts the door so that the door will open on your cards. So you can then either pop a little scene behind it, pop a greeting behind it. Absolutely stunning. It looks beautiful, cut out of craft card, that one. And then we've got an edgeable in here. This is gorgeous as well. You can see the detail here. Let's just have a look and see what's on the back. It's giving you a bit more detail there. But that lovely flower edge border, so that stays in your card. It just cuts out round the top edge. So again, top of a card, side of a card, diagonal, you name it. And then we've got a couple that are embellishments. So we've got those beautiful vines, the swirls, and a set of little flowers and foliage. So all cards need embellishing. That's great for that section. This bit I absolutely love. We've got the little signpost here. And again, it's got elements in here that will emboss. So you get that lovely wood grain effect on it. Absolutely love it. And then, as if that's not all, there are a couple of stamp sets as well. So I'm just going to flick these over. We've got a beautiful set of sentiments here that are all geared up for the fairies. So things like fairies gather here at dusk. There's one that says, look where you step, something like that. And then all you need is love and a little pixie dust. They're all theme related. And then this one has to be one of my favourites. You've got, I'm just going to bring you this sheet in because I've stamped them out and you can see them better here. Look at all these gorgeous little characters. Absolutely beautiful. You've got the little fox, you've got the goose, the rabbits, there's some more rabbits here. The little hedgehog is so cute. And then you've got the little birdies. There's 2 or 3 different foxes. He's all curled up here. And again, you can create your own scenes with these. So beautiful. This is really up my street, this one. I absolutely loved playing with this. So I'm just going to pop that to the front there out of the way. And then let's have a look at 1 or 2 samples. So just going back, if you didn't catch us at the beginning of the show, we were talking about that fabulous opportunity to craft along with Sarah. So we've picked these samples out because they are using the Fairy Garden collection, but we've also got some of those beautiful foam flowers on. All right. Absolutely beautiful. You can see that toadstool house there, the little characters, or alternatively, we've got one that's been done in a box frame there, in the little diorama frame. All right, but again, embellishing with these gorgeous flowers. So you can see how it all mixes and matches. These aren't part of the collection, but if you've got those at home and you like doing the flowers, why not add them on? You can see that little sign in there, that little signpost. It's beautiful. So we have got some more. I just wanted to show you those 2 with the flowers on. So let's just pick a couple more out of here because there are some really stunning ones. I'm going to pick some of the bit more unusual ones out. Let's pick that one. And I want to show you that flower edge as well, look. So again, you know, not just card making, okay? So why not make it into a little gift bag? You know, these cost a fortune to buy in the shops, I think. So you can buy the plain brown ones in a lot of the cheaper shops, embellish them, dress them up yourself. That's that beautiful cut and emboss folder there with those dandelion clocks on. And then we've got the little stepper card here, which has got that beautiful flower border edge on there. Let me just straighten that because it's got a little bit squished there. You see how that cuts on the edge, and if I show you the back part of it there, you can see where it's come out of that. So those of you that are familiar with our edgeable dies will know how that works, okay? And then again, using elements from that paper pad in here, that beautiful little sign there, and again, making up those different. So beautiful, beautiful colour pack, gorgeous collection. So let's pop a demo together then. I wanted to show you how those stamp and dies work again. So let's just bring that stamping equipment back out. So again, I've got some pieces of our stamping card at the ready. We've got that on the show. So let me just get rid of that off there. And then I've picked out that lovely toadstool village there. So when we take this out of the packet, you've got the acrylic stamp here at the top, which is what I'm going to use first. And then you also get the metal to cut it out as well. All right, so the same procedure for these stamps. So I'll not do the fairy as well because she's exactly the same procedure. So again, I'm going to pop it onto the back of my stamping platform there. and they just cling to the platform. If you remember, I said earlier we'd got the rocker blocks on the show as well, so it would work just the same on those if you prefer to use those. Pop that to one side for a bit. We only need one piece of that, and then I'm going to come in with our Finesse alcohol proof inks, and these are also on the show. So these come in 4 different colours, and these are basically your outline stamping ink if you're going to work with alcohol markers. So we've got the black, pebble, rustic brown and flagstone, and these are all on the website, and you can choose 2 of these for £7.50. That's a good offer there. That's a saving of 25% again. If you're over in the US, you're looking at $11.50. Now these, if you're going to colour with an alcohol marker, these are the ones that we need to use so that that line art doesn't smudge. And I'll show you what I mean, because I'm going to bring some of the alcohol markers in a second. So I'm going to stick with the black one for now so that you can see it better on the screen for you. So let's just ink. I love these stamps. They're absolutely gorgeous, and again you can build up your own little scenes with them. So again, you might want to have an afternoon just stamping and colouring and cut them out, keep them in a box, and then you've got them all ready for when you want to start and design a card or whatever it is that you're making. So again, I've got my stamping mat underneath, and I'm not fussed where this one's going. I just want the image. So again, just give it a little squeeze, make sure that ink's transferred nicely, and then we've got that lovely crisp image there underneath. Okay, so we pop that to one side, pop the ink to one side, and then also on the show today we've got our classic markers. These are stunning to work with, they really are. So we've got packs of 6, and again there are lots of different ones to choose from. $7.99 for a set of 6 pens, or $11.96. So again, a 20% saving on those. All right, so we'll just bring in and show you, look at the different colour range there is there. They're all in families, in colour families in there. So there's 20% off all the 6 packs. So you can either buy them in the 6 packs where you get the colour families. So lots of different ones. I've got the turquoise one out that I'm going to use in a second. Or if you prefer to buy them in 12s, you've got different sets of colours in the 12 packs that complement the original 6 packs. So $15.99 for 12 pens, or $23.96, also with that 20% saving. So we've put you lots of offers on today. I know it's getting near Christmas and people are spending the pennies, so we wanted to make sure we've got plenty of offers. But these would make a fabulous Christmas gift if you've got a crafty friend out there. I know I would be stunned with these. So the way these work, we actually put you 6 colours of a colour family. So let's just bring them back so you can see them there. And you get 3 cool tones and 3 warm tones that work together. So I know now that if I take 3 of these pens out together, and I'm just going to pull that side out there, I know that these are going to work together for my sort of light, medium and dark shading. So let's just get rid of the stamping mats, and I'll use that spare piece of card, because when you're using your alcohol markers, it always pays to have a piece of scrap underneath. And the reason for that is because I want to actually flood and saturate that area that I'm going to colour with the alcohol marker. And if you've got something like a glass mat underneath it, or a craft mat, that colour's going to hit the glass mat, and the only place for it to go is back up into your card, and then you end up with all sorts of problems going on. So keep a scrap bit, probably a bit bigger than what I've got there. Just keep a scrap bit underneath, all right? And then I've taken, these are actually GT coatings, which means they are, I believe it's a green turquoise, and I've got 1, 2 and 3. So I'm going to start off with my lightest colour, and these come with a bullet nib, which I'm going to use for my colouring. Let's just come back a bit there so you see. And then they've also got the chisel tip for colouring in larger areas. So absolutely beautiful. So if I just show you on here, you can see that you can colour in a much bigger area with those. But because I've gone on to something a bit smaller, I'm going to go back to my bullet nib, and we'll just do this one at the front here that's not too big. And I'm literally going to colour in and literally saturate the area that I'm working with. So you want plenty of colour down on that first layer with your lightest shade. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you'll get the idea of what I'm doing. And then I've got one that's already been coloured in. So literally just do small areas at a time so that it doesn't dry out, because you want that ink, that alcohol still wet so that we can blend it. And then I'm going to go to my darkest shade, which is this one, is the 3. And where it's going to be shaded, I'm just going to pop in, and you can see there, you can pick it up on the screen, that that's substantially darker than the first one. So again, we're just going to pop that round the bottom there as if it's darker at the bottom, and a little bit up that side there, and that, you can see that's much, much darker. And then I'm going to go to my mid-tone now, and where I'm not going to go right over the top of it, because if anybody's familiar with alcohol markers, if I go over the top of the dark one now, it will bleach it out. But what I want to do is just encourage where the edge of that dark shade is to blend in with my mid-tone. So I'm just literally taking it up to where that dark edge finishes, just running it over the edge of it, and then encouraging it there to blend. And what we need to remember with alcohol markers is that while I'm working on them, they're wet. So they're a lot darker than what they are when they dry. So again, just popping it over that edge there. And then last stage, I'm going to go back to that lightest tone that I started off with, and I'm going to go over the edge of that mid-tone now, and again just blend it into that lighter area. Okay, and that's your basic technique for alcohol colouring. And then the last stage of it is to let it dry, because like I said, we need the alcohol to evaporate, and then you will be able to see the blending a little bit more. So if I show you the one that I did at home, bring this one in, you can see how we've got that sort of light to dark shade, and then I've just picked some of the different colours, and this is what I love doing. I love stamping and colouring. It's where I started out crafting, and even now it's still, I could spend a whole afternoon happily just sat colouring away with my markers, and lots of different ways of colouring. You know, you might not be into alcohol markers, you could do this with your watercolour markers, you could do this with your sparkle ink, you could do it with those aquatint inks that we've had on earlier. Just pop a little bit on your mat, use it with a paintbrush, paint it in rather than colouring it in with a pen. So lots of crayons as well, your pencil crayons, there's so many different ways out there. Have a go. So what we're going to do then is we're going to pop that together. I've done exactly the same with the fairy, but the first thing I want to do just before I show you that is again just show you that die on it, and you can see how it's cut out, but these are made to fit these shapes perfectly. And you can see how that's covered there. It's been through the Gemini, and you get this lovely little white halo around it, which just shows that it's much easier than doing the fussy cutting with your scissors. So again, that's how they work, just like we did earlier with that stamp and die set. I've done exactly the same with our little fairy. She's the flower fairy there. You've got the stamp, you've got the die to cut her out, and this is what I've done with her. So again, I've coloured her all in. She's got a gorgeous little flower petal dress on. I've added a little bit of colour and some glitter. I don't know whether you can see that, just sort of, yeah, just twinkling away there on her wings. And those are the two pieces that I'm going to use now on my design. So let's just have a look where we've got to then. I'm just going to pop that piece of metal on there so that we don't lose it. Pop my stamp away in a second. And then what I've done is I've got some bits and pieces from that collection. So I have a blank card, which I've made out of Centura Pearl, scored in the middle, and I'm just going to fold part of it back here. And what I want to do with this section is show you that flower edge border. So let me just find my one from here. Okay, and I'm going to cut that into the edge of it for you, just to show you what it looks like. So again, I'm using the score line here to line it up with. We want a couple of bits of tape just to hold it in place, and we'll run that through our Gemini just quickly to get that sorted. So let's just pop that one on the score line because it doesn't have a cutting edge at the bottom. Okay, so again, I've just sort of centered it in the middle there tape it onto there. And again, I tend to tape. I know that this bit's going to cut off. It's going to be the waste. So I've taped to there. And I'm just going to pop our metal shim in there just to give it a little bit of extra crunch. I'm getting covered in bits and pieces here. So cutting mat and the metal shim. Pop that one in there. And then we need our plastic, our Magnetica shims, and the top one there. So let's just run that through. And again, I said earlier we have the Gemini on the show, so if you're in the market for our Junior, it is the Gemini Junior, sorry, on the show. That comes with all its plates, it comes with some dies, an embossing folder, everything you need to get started. So it's $139.99 or $199.95. So let me just have a look and see how we've done there on that one. You can see when you have a look there, it's got that outline perfectly. So I know that that's done its job there. We can move those plates. And then when I release the tape, I can show you how that particular one works. It's a really pretty little die. And again, you know, buying this on its own, it doesn't have to be anything to do with it. If fairies aren't your thing, this can just be a floral border. It doesn't have to be connected to the fairies. You can use them independently. Use them with things that you've already got in your stash as well. You'll probably find that it coordinates with things that you've already got. So when we lift that one off there, just need to pop some of those bits out there. And you can see we've got that lovely edge piece. So let's just get rid of some of those out. And then I'll show you how that's actually popped up from the edge of my card. And this is going to be the detail on the edge here before we start adding the mats and layers. So once we've got rid of all those little pieces out of the middle there, I'm just literally then going to fold this part away, and you can see how we've got that beautiful edge going on there. And it's a decent size there, okay? If I just have a look at the packet again, it is 5 inches across. So again, nice size to work with. All right, so all I'm going to do now then with my little snips, when I've lost, here we go. I'm just going to take that piece off there from the end there and from the end there, because that bit's the waste, and we've got that. So this is going to be my card blank. I just need to try and find, I don't know what I've done with my tape pen. I've ended up with dotty ones again, so forgive me. So again, I've used some of that gorgeous paper from the paper pad, matted and layered it. It's just a case of popping this together now, so it shouldn't take too long. I can see time's ticking away. I can't believe that I have been rattling on for nearly 2 hours. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's joined us today and popped those words of encouragement and support on there. It's been really, really good fun, I must admit. So literally just going to pop these on. All I've done is matted and layered them onto some cardstock there. And I've got, this is the reverse side again that I said had that lovely glittery part on it. So this one's going to go behind my flower border so that there is some decoration here as well. And then all that's left to do is I've got one of those toppers that come from the back of the paper pad, so we'll pop that inside there. Okay, I've got one of the sentiments from the back of the paper pad. So you can see how these build up really. I know I've done some prep at home, but you can see how easily they go together. And then I think I popped my heat gun on earlier, but I'm not sure how far across it's going to come because I'm stuck to the floor. Right, all I want to do now is just show you these little flower dies are actually cut with this flower border edge in mind. And can you see how they marry up beautifully with that one? So I'll not, my heat gun's not coming far enough across, so I'll literally just lay it out now there. And then all I was going to do was pop our little fairy on the inside there. And then when this one opened, I wanted a little bit of detail on the outside here. So that one was going to go just here. And did I have a finished sample? Who knows? It could be anywhere amongst all this, but that was the idea behind it. You don't need to see me stick it all together. Okay, so I will pop that together afterwards. And then, as I say, I showed you earlier that lovely little set of animals. So these again have been stamped with that alcohol ink so that I know then that they're ready to colour in with my markers there. Right, so that's the end of that particular demo. I've made one heck of a mess. It's going to take me ages to get cleaned up there. So what's coming up? We're going to recap then. Just a quick recap of what's happened on the show today. Okay, so first of all, we've got the Harmony water reactive ink pads, and those are on offer. If you spend £30 or $30 or more, you get a 20% saving on those. So loads of colours on there. We've also got our Spectrum Noir Classique markers on. Those are the alcohol markers. So you can either buy them in packs of 12 or packs of 6, and they are all different colours. Okay, those have got a 20% saving on as well. So we've got the Finesse, which are our stamping inks. So these are the ones that I was using earlier. Either a waterproof version, if you're using a water-based colouring medium like the Aquatints, or the alcohol version, which I've just used when I was using the alcohol markers. So £7.50 to choose there, $11.50 if you're in the States. Earlier on in the show then we had those lovely layering stamps, and I know one or two of you have been after these. When I was having a look through earlier, we've had one or two people have treated themselves to these I think today, which is a fantastic offer. So all 6 of these, it wasn't a choice, you get all 6 of them, loads of designs in there, £70 in the UK, $94 in the US, and again a saving of over 20% on those. So going back up to the top of the show there at the beginning, if you were watching earlier, I was playing around with the shaving foam and I used those beautiful Aquatint liquid inks. Again, part of our Spectrum Noir range. You know that you've got value there and you've got the best products when you see that Spectrum Noir name on them. They've been developed to do exactly what it says. So £10 if you want to choose those in the UK. And then right at the very beginning, we did those beautiful Gemini photo frames, which again, we had a look through those, showed you some samples, and there's a set of, there's 4 designs, but there's 2 sets of 2 to choose from. So there's an everyday set and there's a Christmas set. £30 or $44 if you're in the States. Again, a 25% saving. So some fantastic savings on the show for you today. So it's been a very, very exciting afternoon, I must admit. So I'm just wondering if those elves have been busy next door, Laura. I wonder if they've filled up our little gift bag. Do we need to have a look next door and see? And just see, I think they've put some more bits and pieces in there. When I was looking in there earlier, they were very, very busy. So I just want to say a really big thank you to everybody. I know there's been lots of you online today watching, offering your words of support. It's been different doing it on my own today, I must admit, flying solo, and hopefully normal service will be resumed next week. Like I said, it is just a busy, busy time here at HQ and we've got lots going on. So it's been different doing it today. And as I say, we couldn't bring you the craft wars, but it's going to come back to next week. So my little elves have literally just been in, and let me just grab this because this looks much, much fuller than it was earlier. So I'm going to pop it up here and see. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm liking the look of this. And there's not just one. These are actually slightly different to the ones we've got on the show, but these are our tri-blend markers, which are an alcohol marker. So slightly, it's the same principle as the Classiques, but you've got all 3 shades in one pen. There's loads of these in here. If I count them, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Oh, and I've just spotted something else that you're going to love. How about, who doesn't like a butterfly die as well? We're going to give this away in a second. There's some adhesives in there. Oh, and I haven't finished. We've also got a set of the Aquatint inks for you to try as well. So, Laura, have we got a winner then? We've had a look through people that have been commenting and watching us today. So we've had a little look through to see who's been on. And let's have a little look. I'm just waiting. Say that again. So the winner for this afternoon then, for my bag of goodies from our little elves, is a lady called Karen Carter. Oh, this is one of the ladies I was looking at earlier with the pet. She said she'd got 2 little kittens. They've been very naughty playing in her Christmas tree. So I hope it's all still in one piece for you there, Karen. But our little elves are going to send this with their love. And you've got that bag of goodies. If you want to email us and just leave us your details. So we just need you to email in at prizes@crafterscompanion.com and just give us a little bit of information. Say that you were watching Monday Makers today on the 9th of December with Jan and that you were the winner of the Christmas Elves goodie bag, and we will get that sorted out for you with our love. All right, so well done, Karen. It's nice to know that these are all going out to somebody. So I'm just going to pop it safe down here so it doesn't get mixed up. And I think, are we coming to an end? It's been absolutely wonderful this afternoon, but don't get any ideas. Just don't get any ideas, because I do prefer to work with a partner. It makes it much more fun when there's somebody else here to bounce off. So, just for the rest of this week, we've still got members of the team busy for you. So we've got Cartload tomorrow night with none other than our Craig at 7 p.m. here in the UK. We've got our usual Wednesday show, Creative Cravings on Wednesday, and that's at 4 p.m. here in the UK, and that's Debbie and Lizzie. All right. And then our Debbie's back on Thursday with another Cartload show for you at 7 p.m. Thursday night. So that's our week complete for this week. And then don't forget, if you're interested in that tuition with Sarah, that was on Tuesday the 17th of December. So that's next week. If you haven't got all the gear ready, pop on and have a look. We've got that starter set all bundled up ready for you on the website that you can purchase, get home, and then you're all good to go and sit and craft with her on Tuesday. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. There's not much more. I think I've just got a holy mess to clean up now, and there's nobody here to help me, so that's it. That's my job for the next half an hour, and hopefully I will see you all soon. But if I don't see you before Christmas, have a lovely time, and thank you again for joining us. Bye-bye.